And we're back here in Light Season. I didn't record the end of last Astra Season, I'm sorry for that, but the matches were incredibly boring. I ran into like 2 teams in a row that had just cornered themselves off, like locked themselves away behind all their buildings. It was really just not engaging at all. If you're curious, we did finish in Tier 27. We finished with 4 ladders left with about 13,500 lift or something like that. I don't know. We were like 90 lift or so above the Tier 27 line. In retrospect, I definitely should have used that ladder when I lost a unit last week because I finished just barely outside of top 1k, and I also finished, as I said, with 4 ladders. So if I had used the ladder last week, probably would have made it inside top 1k. I guess people were struggling last week for whatever reason. Anyway, this is a new week. This is Light Season. Of course, it's meme season. This week is going to be a little bit more interesting because I don't have any bonus units that are not infantry. I think the only bonus unit that exists that isn't infantry in this particular scenario is Forest, and technically Naga as well, but obviously this is Light Season, so we're not doing that. And that actually poses a bit of a problem for my Fae, because my Fae runs tactics, and I do use my Fae a lot during Light Season.
What's next?
That's rather concerning. God damn it, Bramamond.
Right.
Why are you so strong, man?
Of course.
Alright, well, Miccy can reach this tile. That's okay.
Maybe this way. Death's caress.
Why am I... Oh yeah, right. Renee is so cute. Anyway, as I was saying, my Fae team is going to struggle a bit, I think, because I don't have my tactics, so I can't fully buffer, which is unfortunate. But we'll just have to see what we can do with it. I've made some modifications to my team, so hopefully things go alright.
What's next?
We can go ahead and kill this Robin. I think that's the correct play. We kill the Robin.
Of course.
If I do that, I will actually be under panic mana range.
What's next?
I'm obviously not going to get doubled. I guess I only really have a big buff to my attack, but Miccy is fairly weak anyway, so I don't think it's going to be a huge deal if she attacks me while I'm panicked. I do have Distant Guard here as well, double ally support. I think we should be okay. I want to do this to hopefully... You know what? I just realized how absolutely retarded this is, because Bramamond is just going to come and attack me. I don't know why I thought... Okay, well, for some reason being near Peony, or I guess maybe the dance is what did it, I can kill him now. So, I'm gonna do that, because Bramamond is like the only threat on this team. Pretty much. Maybe even the smarter move is to just wait until next turn, and just do whatever I just did again.
This way?
That might be the smarter thing to do. I think I might just do that, because if I can kill him like that next turn, then everyone else is hit by the Bolt Tower, and there's no healing, except for Sacrifice on Miccy, but like, lol, Sacrifice, who cares?
What's next?
So okay, if I do that...
What's next?
How does that work? What am I even doing? Doesn't he have a lol? What's happening here? I don't get it. I don't understand. Anyway, there's no shenanigans on this team as far as I can tell. It does have a +10 Micaiah, +10, and a +10 Adrift Corrin, which I found interesting, which is mainly why I decided to record it. I didn't really talk about the team at all, but it's not super interesting outside of those two.
Of course.
And if you can't tell, it's not exactly the most synergistic team out there, so not really worth an explanation, because there isn't really much to talk about. He's just put what seems like his best units, or the units he likes the most, on his defense team, and has left it at that. But that's pretty typical of a day one play. Anyway, there's no Hardy Bearing as well, so I can pretty much put my unit wherever I want.
Next.
May as well just go ahead and kill Robin. Again, I'm not like super buffed, so I will inevitably get panicked, but I don't think it's going to matter, especially since Micaiah is at such low health. Not exactly the bulkiest of units either. I'm not terribly concerned about this panic. I do have my Brazen active. I unfortunately don't have wings on my Renea because I didn't really want to bring her. I feel like 3 dances or even 2 dances is kind of overkill most of the time. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, I think we should be okay here. Micaiah shouldn't be able to do too much to us. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and vantage her down. Like always. Rally, rally. Okay. So that leaves Yoon is in kind of an annoying spot.
Of course.
Looks like we can't quite kill Zelg, and Corrin has Vantage, which is rather
What's
annoying.
next?
But if we were not panicked, we should be able to kill him, and same thing goes for Zelgia, so I think the correct play probably to break the panic mana, dance, and from here on we can Vantage. Corrin, actually, I mean, we could just kill him right now. So, I mean, there's no real reason not to do that. It's not like Zelgius doesn't have Vantage. George is so good. I keep underestimating George. He's so amazingly good. He just survives everything. Man is an absolute Chad. Anyway. We'll go ahead and kill this Corrin through Vantage because George is just incredible.
This will be painless.
Probably not George, but yeah, I appreciate the thought, man. He's such a good unit, honestly. I don't think enough people have built their own George. He's ridiculous. If you have 2 peonies, he's absolutely ridiculous.
What's next?
Anyway, there goes Zelgius. Pretty much the last threat on the team. Now there's just Yoon. Yoon's in kind of an annoying spot, as I said, because I want to get this pot. But I think Yoon... I mean, Renea is super thick, but I think Yoon might just kill.
Yes.
I could use air instead, which is probably the correct move. Yeah, 0 damage. Alright, well that's the correct move then. We'll let air get the final kill. If you haven't noticed, I gave my air attack res link, which she usually runs Wings of Mercy, but I find that Wings of Mercy is not especially useful most of the time. So for this particular week we're going to run attack res link to help with the FEH situation, so I can get the full +6 on all my stats if necessary. I'll look at my FEH team just now real quick as well. Where is she? So I've changed Corrin to running double drives. In the stats he would usually be running tactics in, so he can still give buffs pretty well. But it's just the bonus doubler effect that we're gonna have a little bit of trouble activating this week. But it is still possible because I'm running attack res link on air, so it is still possible to get the full spectrum buffs onto FEH. That's really the important thing. I don't know if I'm going to give my Renea build this week. I feel like just being a dancer is good enough, so I'm probably going to leave it. I don't really care too much about Renea. I mean, I like Renea, but I don't like her enough to want to put fodder into her, to be honest. So that is going to be it for today. Defense-wise, we were, I guess, technically successful on the first day. I mean, we lost, but we killed 2 enemy units, so we didn't lose any lift, and I couldn't be bothered to set up my fishing team, so I just left up my Pala team, and it looks like this guy had a bad time with my Pala team, so rest in peace, my man. If you were slightly luckier, I would have put up my fishing team and you would have had an easy win, but alas. I've been getting really lazy with that recently. I probably shouldn't. Should probably just leave up my fishing team when I can, but oh well. What are you gonna do? Anyway, that is gonna be it for today. I spent a lot of time talking about things that weren't the match today, so I hope that didn't bore you out of your mind. But going forward this week should be more focused on the actual gameplay itself, so just had to clear up last week's finish and this week's kind of interesting bonus unit situation. It has been a long time since there hasn't been any non-infantry accessible bonus units. The only bonus units that would fit into my team are Forest and Lilith, who, I mean, I don't summon for Fate's characters, so I don't have any of them. And then Naga, which, I mean, yeah, pretty obvious why I'm not using Naga. Anyway, as I said, that's going to be it for today. I don't have anything else to add. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next game. Until then.